4.5 calendar years later, the fast cargo pod dove into the blue clouds of Uranus, with me snug inside, wedged between a shipment of hormones from Raba's biosynthesis vats and the hibernation capsule holding a slab of chilled meat known as Z. I spent most of the voyage in sleep mode myself to avoid boredom. The Uranian system is a weird place. The planets tipped on one side, and all the bigger moons orbit in the plane of its cockeyed equator, along with a belt of habitats and a synchronous ring made of some spare moons found lying around in low orbit. The energy needed to shift planes and match orbits with the moons, or the ring, is great enough that a lot of spacecraft don't bother. A significant amount of traffic whips through the Uranian system without stopping, just using the sideways planet's gravity well as a way to change vector or borrow some momentum. This makes the inhabitants a little weird and isolated. There's only a few billion of them. I've been to single habitats in the main swarm with more people than the entire Uranian system. They're a little old-fashioned, too. Most of the habs there are barely above minimal standard tech, even the ones with no biological inhabitants. Raba had aimed our cargo pod at Uranus itself, passing low over the clouds to burn off the speed we'd picked up by falling 2 billion kilometers. I couldn't see through the pod's shell, but I could feel the buffeting and the G-forces, and see the heat working its way through the layers of protective graphene. I didn't think the Penguin would deliberately drop us into the depths of Uranus's atmosphere. After all, the pod had some valuable stuff on board. But I did worry about whether the sub-baseline machine doing the piloting might screw up.